Hello everyone and welcome to Angie Talks TV, where you'll see reality TV show reviews, crime stories, and stories on real life experiences. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Just got out of the shower, but people are making YouTube videos, brother. And most of these comments are like, this needs to be kept at home, brother. That's how abusers keep abusing. The book.
Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, you'll hear a lady tell the story about how she was abused by members of her family. When you can't turn to family for help, who do you turn to? Who can you run to for help? And the first thing we always think, call the police. Call the police and get the help you need. But what happens when the person that is hurting you is the police? So let's get this video started and hear a lady tell her story. After you watch this video, head on over to her platform and give her a follow.
Okay, I guess this is a story time that everyone didn't really realize when I first blew up, but need it now. My father and my grandmother were in an ancestral relationship. My father and my grandmother on my father's side, so it's his biological mother, grew up doing stuff together. And then when my father finally married his first wife, and his first wife found the fuck up, she left. The entire family lied to me and said that my father left because she was an alcoholic, his ex-wife. No, it's because his ex-wife found out that my father and his mom were fucking. So then he married my mom, forced my mom to have me within like a year, locked us both in a trailer home. My dad sexually abused me. And then I also found out that he was fucking his mom. And my grandmother would always call my father her first true love and her husband. And when my parents finally divorced when I was 16 years old, he went back to his mother's house and continued his relationship with her. And his family can say that I'm lying, but I have proof. She knows too. She literally knows too. And now that my father's dead, I finally feel free to talk about this because he sexually abused me for 16 fucking years, took child pornography of me. My entire father's family is aware of this. My grandmother and my aunt are both aware. My father died of a stroke. But before he died of a stroke, he had multiple strokes and he was basically like a vegetable. During that period of time, my aunt made him rewrite the will so everything goes to her, which is not legal because my uncle, who's not married in the family anymore, contacted me and told me that he was the executor on the will, so everything she did is completely illegal. So I had to get my father's death certificate, found out that he died from complications of diabetes. Great, because I hated that motherfucker. He raped me for 16 fucking years. And there's video proof of it. Oh, and fun part, my mom was actually taking the videos of everything. My life is so fucked up, by the way. So that is why I coped on the internet, reading my mom's text messages, because my mom was recording me getting raped by my father every single night for 16 fucking years. So to everybody who is saying that I was racist reading my mom's messages, no, I was coping because my mom was so fucking abusive to the point where I do not talk to that bitch anymore whatsoever. And she made money off of my child body. But unfortunately, with the statute of limitations, it's too late for me to press charges. But you know, it's not too late for me to finally tell the entire world the fucking truth. The entire fucking truth. Roland Leon Doyle was my biological father, and he raped and sodomized me for 16 fucking years. And I am more than happy that that motherfucker is dead. And he is the reason why I am as fucked up as I am. But the reason why my grandmother is still alive, Virginia Fannis. And she is the whole reason why my entire family got fucked up. She locked me in a fucking cage. She touched me too. And this is my first time finally being honest about it because she touched me too. And no one in that family would believe me except for my one cousin. And I even haven't said it. I don't have to say it to her because I know she knows. I know that family knows the sick things my father and my grandmother did to me because they were doing sick things to each other. And my mom knew all of it. My mom knew all of it. So yeah. When you're wondering why I don't talk to any of my family, it's because they should all be in jail. So thank you. That is your story time. If you're wondering why I posted all those messages to my mom and I, that's why. Because I needed someone else to be like, this is not fucking okay, because it wasn't. None of it was. None of it was. Unfortunately, my mother's still alive, so I'm not going to say her name, but people know where she is. She works at Public Job now. My father's dead. Alhamdulillah, he died last year, and I finally feel free. I finally feel free to really say all of this. So, welcome to my fuck of a life.
I lied. I was still on my phone. But to clarify, all the people being like, or doxing my mom, which I literally said not to, or like, but she looks like she's besties with your mom. Have you ever had a trauma bond? I could probably pull up videos and pictures of you with your ex-boyfriends looking like you're so fucking happy, but then you come out saying that all X, Y, and Z happened. It's the same for parents. My mom isolated me that I was her only friend. I was not allowed to hang out with anybody, and that's when she was nice to me. When I hung out with someone else and I came back home, every single message that I posted, it resulted in a fight. Everybody in my circle knows that more than anything. My mom is a narcissist. She looks like she's so much fun until you don't do what she wants, and then she turns into the most psychopathic person, literally. So think about that again. When you think someone looks happy with someone else, remember what happens behind the scenes. I just woke up and I saw all of that. So thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I posted it. Just be straight up. I've been an alcoholic for the past year and a half. It's been rough. I don't go to therapy. I don't go to counseling. I've had therapists just quit on me. And it's very hard because most of this town that I live in knows who my father is and they protect him, regardless of him being dead or not. Because he was a prominent figure in the police community here. And I was technically sex trafficked, and there's a lot of other children in this area that are going through the same thing. And that is why I posted it, because there's so many children that are daughters and sons of people that are in police departments that are being used for sex trafficking. And that is the number one way that they use for sex trafficking, because my father was in the police department. And other people in his police department were his biggest buyers. I know I can say this publicly. Lancaster Police in Pennsylvania is being currently investigated for the sex trafficking ring that I was under. Which feels amazing because that's the only justice I feel like I can ever get. Because my father's dead, so I can't do anything there. I can't do anything about my grandmother because that's statute of limitations and she's too old and veggie. And I wish I could press charges on my mother, but I am too weak. I am still too weak to do that. But I'm on here to let others know that you're not alone. You're not alone. I'm 23 years old. I own my own house. I own my own car. I have my own business. I have my own savings. I pulled myself out of this. I have no family. I don't have a mother. I don't have a father. I don't have a family that I can run to for a backup plan. I've been alone since I was 19. And it's been really hard. But just know that it's so common. And there's so many other kids that are out there going through the same thing. And if you're one of them, you're not alone. Please look at me. Don't hurt yourself. I've been there. It's not too late. What they did to you will never, ever define you. And what you can do is turn around what they did to you and make a way to define yourself. I took back what they did to me and became a model, an actor, a creator. I'm an influencer. Now I'm out here helping others that are going through the same thing. And that's all I wanted when I was a kid. I wish I could I wish I had someone, because I had nobody. So I went to school every single day, just kind of hiding it. I was just the person who always laughed a lot. No one ever knew what was wrong with me, because I thought everything was normal. Sorry for my little mental breakdown there. Okay. But you are not alone. If you're going through this, you are not alone. My DMs are always open. It's okay. It will be okay. No matter if it feels like the world is crashing down and ending. Dude, I never thought I would be fucking alive. First of all, at 23, made it this far. That's crazy. But second of all, to be where I am as financially successful, but also mentally, I wouldn't say physically, mentally successful in a way where I'm finally able to be open about this and know that it's not my fault is crazy to me. So yeah, there's just so many comments and I can't reply to them all, and I just opened my phone and I just started sobbing, and I was like, okay, I need to say something. But yeah, thank you. I just want to clarify, I didn't post that for sympathy, and I think that's very obvious for people who could tell I'm obviously telling the truth. But when I was growing up, I wish there was another creator or just someone on the internet. I felt so alone growing up. I thought I was the only fucking person. And now that I'm finally like older, every other scroll I see stories of people talking about their parents being in ancestral relationships with their grandparents. It's so much more common than you people think, significantly common. It's extremely common in white supremacy. To drop a little bomb, if you've really gotten this far in 5 minutes, my father and my grandmother were also a part of the KKK. They were very white nationalists. My grandmother was a KKK princess. So they believe in that type of hierarchy, but it's also very common in white nationalists to groom and sexually abuse your own children. Hence why, to be fair, a lot of Republicans are really fighting to take away sex education in schools, because they are the ones that are doing the most of that, and they don't want their kids to know what's going on. Because when I first told my health teacher about what's going on, because there's teachers in my school that knew what was going on, and they reported it to CPS, and then they found out that my dad was a cop, and then I would come to school with a black eye. They found out real quick that nothing could be reported. So corrupt towns, corrupt living, corrupt life. But yeah, that's my little rant. Thank you guys for the support. Just know you're not alone. I love you all. Good morning, everybody. I am so shocked. So now, like, imagine this, okay? My entire life, I thought what happened to me was very tame. Like, not normal. Like, I'm aware what happened to me was not normal. But, like, very tame. And seeing the outrage the internet has towards my story is like, maybe I should have a little outrage. Unfortunately, I've heard a lot of way worse stories than mine. And, you know, I'm one to say that don't compare, but, like, I did not expect this reaction at all, because I didn't think it was that bad. But that's what happens when you're the one who lives through the trauma. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I have to get back to my regular scheduled program, which is me posting my PR and all of my contract obligation items. If you can't tell, like, how I just post all of my TikTok sample products. Like, I have to, because they have due dates on them. So I kind of have to get back to my regular scheduled program on all of that. But if you guys have questions, I would love to do a Q&A. I can't go live on this account because I got banned from going live on this account when I was like 16, 17, when I first originally blew up on TikTok, because they said my mascara brush looked like a gun. It was Revlon. But I was debating making like another account to go live on, but I just went live on Facebook last night. But the amount of support on my music is crazy. But the amount of support on my music is crazy. My social media is crazy. Everything's crazy. I even got a few people DMing me about asking me to come on their podcast. No. No. I don't know if I'm ready about that yet. Listen, it's already hard enough to me to talk about it in my own house, in my own bedroom. I don't know if I can sit in a chair, let alone in front of a microphone, in front of a stranger and start yabbling, you know, about that stuff. Maybe years down from the road, maybe like when a few other people are dead, maybe. But you know, my father's family are very lawsuit heavy, and regardless of it being true or not, I really don't want to deal with them because I'm already in 2 other lawsuits because I was sexually assaulted by a photographer, and I have another thing going on. I kept getting sexually assaulted throughout my entire life, which is kind of hilarious. Not hilarious. Please understand what I'm saying. But this is my little update video. So thanks guys. This is I don't know how else to say thank you. Like, I feel like I just keep saying it in every video. And the amount of DMs that I've been getting of people relating to my story is so painful, but it's like that's why I posted this, for other people to be like, hey, I finally feel like I have the strength to speak out. That's my entire goal. So I'm so happy because the entire point of us being abused is they want us to keep silent. And I'm like, fuck that. Let's not be silent. The amount of people that I saw on Facebook, even on my TikTok, being like, you should keep this at home. Why are you outing this? Why are you talking about this publicly? Because there's a stigma about talking about it publicly, and that's allowing these abusers to continue to do this behind closed doors. Let's out these motherfuckers so people know that, hey, it's a lot more common than you think, so kids can stop being abused. I didn't know that the amount of people that try to say it was my fault because I was 15 years old and I didn't decide to waltz over to the police department, even though my father was the fucking police department. So what could I do? Like my mom has called the police on my dad many times just for domestic abuse reports, and they all disappeared. My mom had nothing under her name because everything was under my father's name. So everyone is saying that, like, oh, you could press your mom under the felony charges. There is no proof of her. There's no proof of her even existing. There's only proof of them being married and my dad marrying her on a 90-day KV visa. They didn't have my original birth certificate. They tried to have nothing on me. Dude, there was almost no existence of me being born. Let alone, how do I prove I'm abused? I mean, they know about the videos, but to be fair, the police department were the one buying the videos, by the way. Police officers are the biggest clients to child porn. If you didn't know, all cops are bad. Sorry. I know good cops, but still, all cops are bad. I don't trust a single person in fucking authority because most people that are in authority like children and are in those positions because they like to abuse children. So that's my hot take, but I lied. I was still on my phone. But to clarify, all the people being like, or doxing my mom, which I literally said not to, or like, but she looks like she's besties with your mom. Have you ever had a trauma bond? I could probably pull up videos and pictures of you with your ex-boyfriends looking like you're so fucking happy, but then you come out saying that all X, Y, and Z happened. It's the same for parents. My mom isolated me, that I was her only friend. I was not allowed to hang out with anybody, and that's when she was nice to me. When I hung out with someone else and I came back home, every single message that I posted, it resulted in a fight. Everybody in my circle knows that more than anything. My mom is a narcissist. She looks like she's so much fun until you don't do what she wants, and then she turns into the most psychopathic person, literally. So think about that again. When you think someone looks happy with someone else, remember what happens behind the scenes. Give context on why I'm still protecting her is because I'm fully aware that she was a victim that became an abuser. But like, she's still alive and she still has a chance. I feel like, I don't know. Yes, my mommy issues are showing. Yes, I still have sympathy for her. Yes, I have problems. Yes, that is why I need to go to therapy and work that out. Yes, I understand that. But that is my place to say that. But I just want to make this one video to make that very clear. Please do not dox her. Please do not harass her. But she's not in my life. She tries to tell people she's in my life, and that's why I also included that, because she very fucking well knows that she's not in my life, and she works in a store that's very close to where everybody in my hometown is, and everyone who grew up with me knows exactly who my mother is. So they already know. They already knew. So it's kind of been that type of situation. But she's not been in my life for the past 3 fucking years, anyways. I've not seen her. She gave me her pets and left. So that's all I needed her for, was to get my pets. So that's all I gave a shit about. She gave me nothing else but trauma. So yeah, that, I don't know if that was the clarification made. I'm not cool with any, like, I don't have a single family member that I grew up with that I talk to. There's only one, and that was the one who told me that my father died, and I'm chill with her. She's fine. I just don't talk to anybody. I don't talk to anybody in my family. And to clarify, my mother is Sri Lankan. My mother's family is Sri Lankan. My father's family is white, American, Irish people, white people. So the amount of racism I'm also seeing in the comments is kind of crazy, because this is not even Indian or Sri Lankan. These are white people doing this. Very racist white people. My dad was extremely racist. That's the whole reason why he married a brown woman. That's more common than you people think. So my mom was very, very abused by my father, and I was not a consensual child, if that makes sense. So I already have that sympathy for my mom, but it's kind of like, I think she did what she had to do to survive. She did what she had to do to survive in this country, because he married her on a 90-day visa. She had no idea how to speak English, locked her in a trailer home and locked her in a cage, did whatever he did to her. When I grew up, did the same to me. I think for her, it was just survival. But when the excuse stops is once I started getting older, and especially after my dad left, for her to continue being a fucking horrible person to me. Because all my friends knew, and my partner even knows, everyone knows how much of a narcissist. My mom is a straight up narcissist. She acts like she's the nicest and funniest person to your face, but when she really gets behind you, she is the most nasty and disgusting narcissist you would ever fucking meet. And she's really racist towards white people. My mother is a brown person and is racist. Like crazy. She be saying the N-word like crazy, and maybe I guess she has the jurisdiction, but she does not say it in the nice way. She says it with the hearty R towards black people. Like, my mom is not a good person. So she already gets herself into that mess herself. I don't need to out her. She deals with being who she is every single day, going into society, being who she is, because she's alone. She's not been able to date anyone ever since my father, and no other person will give her the time of day because she's fucking psychotic, and she just pushes everyone out of her life. So I don't need to do anything because she's already made her life a living hell, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm really airing it all out there. To give context on why I'm still protecting her is because I'm fully aware that she was a victim that became an abuser, but like, she's still alive and she still has a chance. I feel like, I don't know, the craziest part about this is it's so true, because even the family I had at the time, even the friends I had at the time, like, even told me that I deserved it. Like, I had nobody until I went to college, and like, I started being open to people in college because I had to go to a community college. So I was still living at home with my mom. And even though my parents were divorced, my mom didn't sexually abuse me, but my mom was very physical and mentally abusive. So that's why I had all those messages from me posting at the time. If you followed me beforehand, I posted myself reading my mom's messages. But yeah, and I had ex-boyfriends that would like do the same shit to me. I had ex-friends that would do the same shit to me, like just telling me like, well, you kind of deserved it, you know, that's how it is. And this year, I cut off like 5 other people who were very, very close to me during that time, because those were the only people that supported me during that period of time in my life, but actually used me for my trauma, because they're like, but we told you that, like, we know that your dad did that to you, so we can't be lying to you about anything else. And I'm like, wow, I really had friends that like weren't friends. They were just using me like the entire time because they knew I trusted them because of one trauma. So it's been a lot of that. I can only say like I have 3 real friends, but I have a severe struggle with friendship. I have a severe struggle with relationship. I mean, I've been in a relationship for 3 years. My boyfriend is the real reason why I'm genuinely feel like I'm healing, because he's like straight up like, bitch, your family's fucked up. So I'm like, yeah. And he's like, bitch, your friends are fucked up. But I'm like, yeah. So it's been a huge healing period, and especially finally, cutting out alcohol. I'm not cutting out weed, sorry. That's not happening. I'm Cali sober, I guess. Is that what people call? I don't fucking know. But yeah, that's what my hope. My alarm go off. My hope is, with this being completely open, is that if I ever tried to bring my mom back into my life, I would be shamed publicly, because all of y'all would be like, what the fuck, bitch, what is wrong with you? Because I've always tried to go back to her, because I always thought, maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm lying, but maybe I didn't see that. Maybe I didn't remember that properly. And I'm like, that's me just trying to repress the trauma. So that's why I'm about this publicly. So I never go back to those friends. I will never go back to my family. I will never, ever fucking go back. So that is why I'm posting all of this on top of it, because if I do any of that shit, y'all could be like, you a fucking clown, and you guys have all the right to publicly fucking embarrass me. And I've realized that made a lot of people in my past very angry, because they're like, that's not fair that you're posting all our business to social media. And I'm like, wow, you should have not done it. You should have not done it if you didn't want the world to know, because I could just show screenshots, girl. Like, but yeah. It's been a struggle. I finally feel like I do have people in my life, but to be fair, I just don't have people in general. I just completely isolated myself, because that's just kind of where I feel the safest, is being alone. And I've been taking a lot of my coping into writing music. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of my music, but my music is definitely about just a kid. The first song I ever put out is literally about my parents abusing me. Literally about my parents abusing me.
Okay, and that's the end of the video. I commend this lady for coming out with her story. I know it couldn't have been easy. Her sharing her story will definitely help someone else decide to come out and tell theirs, or get some help if needed. And if you need to call someone for help, I did put a toll-free number at the beginning of the video if you know someone that needs help, or if you need help yourself. Otherwise, I thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.